Is Oregon a legitimate playoff contender? I think so. I think even though they are at 7-1, they have really, really good odds to finish this season 12-1, make the Pac-12 championship and the college football playoff. Now the question becomes, as a 12-1 Pac-12 champion, can they get in? Absolutely. Their only loss at this moment is to the number 1 or 2 team in the country in Georgia, who has a big game coming up on Saturday against Tennessee, and that's ultimately going to define just how big of a loss this was for Georgia. But again, can Oregon get it? Sorry, for Oregon, can Oregon get in the playoffs as a 12-1 Pac-12 champion? Absolutely. You play Colorado this weekend. I think that's a win. Now, the big question to me, guys, was the letdown spot for Oregon was this past weekend on the road against Cal. Cal was 17-point favorites, but that was also a very good position for Cal to come in and make life rough for Oregon. Oregon's due for a ugly road game. Well, bad news, guys. You've only got 2 road games left, and Oregon can play the worst game they have all season against Colorado, and Colorado's still not going to win that football game. You play Washington at home, which is a big rivalry game. I'm expecting Oregon to win that one. I don't think they lose at home in a rivalry game. And then Utah. Utah hasn't played that great all season. That Thursday night football game last weekend was kind of ugly. Their win against USC, I think USC was overhyped in that game. I think USC's been overhyped all season. I think Oregon is the team to beat in the Pac-12. Now, the question becomes, who does Oregon face in the Pac-12 championship? Because USC is currently second, and there's no divisions anymore in the Pac-12. USC is currently second. Utah is third. UCLA is fourth. All those are one loss. If Oregon goes undefeated, that means Utah has 2 losses, and USC would ultimately be who they play. I think Oregon can handle USC. I think USC's defense is good, but Oregon's offense is a lot better and just steps ahead of where any other Pac-12 defense is at the moment. Now, can USC put up points and keep pace with Oregon? I think so, but I also think that Dan Lanning and that Oregon defense will have USC figured out by them, have 12 game tapes to go off of. You got to remember, guys, USC's brought in so much talent that no other Pac-12 team really matches up. I mean, Stanford, Colorado, Arizona, Cal, Wazoo, Arizona State, they don't match up to USC talent-wise. They're not going to beat USC. Utah matched up talent-wise. Utah got USC at home. Utah got USC living high. Utah took care of business. Oregon knows if they want any chance at making the playoffs, that's what they have to do. If you go back to, you have to perform and execute very, very well. You go back to that Georgia game. That wasn't Georgia 46 points favorite than Oregon, 46 points better than Oregon. That was Georgia's coaching staff being light years ahead of this Oregon coaching staff, and it's expected. That Georgia coaching staff has been together for years. This Oregon coaching staff has been together for 6 months at that point. There's no panic mode in Oregon over a 46-point loss to Georgia. They go back the next week, they win by 56, 21, 3, 18, 27, 15, 18. I mean, they're winning by double digits every week here. They're going to win by double digits against Colorado. They're going to beat Washington. They're going to beat Utah. And then they're going to go on the road and play a really, really, really tough game against Oregon State. They pull it out. I like Oregon State against the spread. I'll say it right now on October 30th. But the question is Oregon a playoff team? I think so. I just don't see a scenario where a 12-1 Pac-12 champ in Oregon itself misses the playoffs. I mean, they're currently ranked number 8. Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia. Of those teams, at least 2 of them are going to lose one more time. Georgia plays Tennessee on Saturday. Alabama's got the SEC championship, and then the Georgia and Tennessee winner has the SEC championship. So 2 of those teams are going to lose once at least. That's going to help Oregon out. I just did a video on TCU. Can TCU make the college football playoff? That can help Georgia out. There's a scenario where we have like 5 Power 5 champions who are 1 loss, 3 runner-ups who are 1 loss, and then 2 outside looking in guys like Michigan, Tennessee-esque who didn't even make the conference championship who are sitting at 11-1. So a lot can still play out here in the last couple of weeks of the season. Like, you can have a Wake Forest ACC champion. You can have an Illinois Big Ten champion. It can get crazy. But I'm telling you right now, October 30th, can Oregon make the college football playoffs? I think so, and I think there's a really good chance that they can do it.